Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Trading Options Network. Apparently, my computer wanted to get into it right away, so everything you hear today is solely for educational purposes only, as always. This is not the opinion of Trading Options Network. Do with the information what you will, but take responsibility for your actions. That being said, don't be shy to like, follow, or subscribe on your favorite social media platform. That being said, let's get into it. So, compared to this morning, not a ton has changed. I will say, I want to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the Russell 2000, the small caps. This is going off. Let's see, last July 10th. So that would have been what, last Wednesday? Closed at 203. Right now we are at 224. This thing has literally gone up 10% in a week. This thing is insane. It is not wanting to move. Not wanting to move. It's not wanting to slow down, I mean. As you can see, if we go back and back and back, I can't see any time this has had any kind of jump like this pretty much ever. Maybe during COVID, maybe there were a couple times back there, but this is absolutely insane. It is just going off, and it doesn't want to slow down. I mean, that is a strong bar, and unless something happens in the next 50 minutes, you have to assume that it's going to want to continue to move up even more than that. Look at all this volume as well. This actually also confirms what we've been saying about the financial institutions reallocating their assets. Okay, they're taking their profits and they're moving them to smaller companies, hoping that those companies start going up as well. And that's why we're seeing this ETF specifically going crazy, as well as a lot of other companies, small cap companies just taking off. I mean, it is insane. And speaking of that, if we go ahead and look at LBA, I'm sorry, not LBA, why can't it? ALB. Apparently I'm dyslexic today. It is absolutely wanting to show strength as well today. So if we go ahead and take a peek at this. By the way, because of this insanity right here, I had to go and get a cookie that my wife made last night. It's absolutely delicious, but I needed something to make me feel better because this is ugly. That's ugly. Now, we are still 100% in this consolidation. There's no reason to think that it is breaking out of this consolidation or anything like that to the upside. It did go ahead and move over the 20 as so far today, but we still have a long ways to go before it is showing any kind of signs of reversal, or some bullishness or anything like that. So I still think it is totally fine. We're going to continue to see. Truth be told, I think 98 is really a very key point right now, the $98 price point. There seems to be a lot of resistance and or support depending on which side of that line it was on in this past month. So we'll see what happens if and when it hits 98. And if it goes above 98, then we'll probably close the trade. If it hits 98 and seems like it wants to go back down, we might adjust the ratio spread from a 2-to-1 to a 3-to-1 or maybe even a 4-to-1. Don't think we'll go to a 6-to-1, but nonetheless, we'll definitely want to adjust it and try and take advantage of it. So that being said, we're still in this channel here. I was hoping it was going to break down, obviously, as of yesterday, but with the small caps just taking off, this one finally decided it wanted to participate today. And even though it didn't want to participate in the last few days, which is another reason why I actually kind of liked this particular stock, it is taking a little bit more of a driver's seat and following the small caps. And that's fine, because ultimately this is going to have some kind of pullback. I mean, it just can't just jump like this and never slow down. It's going to have a pullback, in which case, if it does, we should expect ALB to have a decent pullback as well, especially considering as that has been so strong keep doing that. Since this has been so strong, this has been super weak. So once the Russell starts showing a little bit more weakness, we should expect this to really show a lot of weakness. But overall, today is looking like it's going to end up being a red day with McDonald's jumping and now ALB jumping are two bears. We did close one of them early, and it's probably better that we did because McDonald's is still going up, at least last time I checked anyways. Let's see here. MCD. Yeah, still moving on up. So it's probably better that we got out of that one for the time being. Again, we can always re-enter it later on. And ALB may end up being the same thing, but I'm not worried again. And here's the reality of it. When a bearish position starts moving up, you're going to see a bigger loss quicker as opposed to when a bullish position starts moving down, or even when a bullish position starts moving up. Your bears are going to have a bigger reaction to your bearish rallies. RCL, though, still kicking butt. The way I see this is, even though we are not, I would love to be profiting more from this. I just did not see this going up. I mean, the long calls are up $2,600, but the short calls are down almost $2,000. So in reality, we're only up about $700 on this trade. But again, this could be a blessing, because if we go ahead and look at our options premiums, the one for this week, the call for this week is now at about, we'll call it 330, 335. But next week's 170 is at almost 600. So again, we could get almost another $300 in premium, and if we were to roll that position. And ultimately, that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Again, regardless of whether RCL continues to move up or sideways. Now, if it absolutely starts shooting up and it starts hitting $75, $76, there's probably not much of a reason to roll it. We'll just close it with a minimal gain, but we'll still take that gain. Coherent Corporation still moving up nicely, and we still have 31 days left till expiration. So as long as it continues moving up, as I mentioned this morning, we'll continue holding this trade. The second it starts looking like it wants to start doing a little bit of a pullback, that's when we'll probably go ahead and close it. And then SOXX is, it's still just kind of doing whatever. It's a little bit higher than it was this morning, but it's still a little bit too close to that 260 level. I'd love to see it get, 262, 263, even maybe a little bit higher, just to give us a little bit more breathing room for that max gain. I'm looking forward to a max gain on SOXX. So where do we go from here? Again, with the market looking like it's wanting to do a little bit of a reallocation. We don't want to jump into anything. We don't want to assume bears are turning bullish and bulls are turning bearish. We're just going to kind of play it by ear. Again, with ALB, that one was looking bearish regardless. It didn't really matter what the rest of the market was doing. It just seemed, it's a bear, and it wanted to stay a bear until today. Today, it finally started taking off based on all of this reallocating that's taking process. And again, if we go ahead and look at the chart, it is still a really, really bearish chart. There's no denying that. So while it might have a small rally right now, this little itty bitty tiny green bar should not scare us at all. Okay? Still have a week and a half till expiration, and while it's up 2% today, and truth be told, it's almost up 4% from its lows of the day, that could easily turn around and start rolling over. I mean, look at this red candle last week where it opened at 96, went all the way up to 98, and then closed at 90.47. You could very easily see that happen again in a day. So again, I'm not worried about this at all. We're just going to continue watching this one and paying close attention. If it gets close to 98 and seems like 98 and wants to be rejected there, then we're going to adjust our ratio spread, in which case we can only hope to profit a little bit more. And if it just bursts through 98 and just continues moving up, then hey, we'll probably close it and it will be a loss, and it's going to suck. It's going to sting, but we're professional traders. We know we're not going to have a profitable trade every single time. And if we have to close it for a loss, then we close it for a loss. Big deal. Overall, we're still up, and that's all we're worried about. So I don't really have anything else for you all today, just simply due to the fact that I'm not going to be making any trades. Don't expect to get any notifications from me. The only notification you may get from me is if ALB goes up another % today and blasts through 98, then you'll probably get a notification that I'm closing the trade. But overall, I'm not going to be opening any new trades, that's for sure. And in the end, what we want to see is just a market that starts, I don't want to say going back to normal, but we want to see charts where everything that is having a little bit of a pullback, it is reacting. I should say all the bulls that are having a pullback, like the Nvidias and things of that nature, they start looking like they want to start moving higher again. All of our bulls that are in a pullback, this is a great opportunity to watch for them, but not necessarily open trades quite yet. Same with the bears, okay? Right now, if you find a bear and it's having a little bit of a rally, just keep an eye on it, and ultimately will probably be a good bear position to open, but probably not yet. So again, just keep an eye out for everything. We're down on the day. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it except continue to monitor our trades. That's all we can do. So we have plenty of time. Not worried at all. You shouldn't be worried. This is investing. This is not get rich quick. You're going to have up and downs. All we can do is swallow our pride, watch the market, continue to look for opportunities, and take advantage of when they come. So I don't have anything else for you guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Let's continue kicking butt.